Okay, my friends, this video is for anyone picking up stitches along an armhole edge. It's very similar to picking up stitches of, say, a collar or the front edge ribbing of, say, a cardigan, but the thing with an armhole edge is you skip every third hole, or skip every third hole is a more accurate way of putting it. I sometimes say skip every third stitch, but essentially where in a collar and the front edge ribbing you'd pick up every stitch, here you skip every third so that you shape it a bit. So I wanted to go through that. And I always start kind of one stitch away from the side seam here. And because this is the checkerboard cardi and it's a mix of knit and pearls, it will look a bit different, but you're really just looking for the holes that are one bit away from the edge row. So to pick up stitches, you get your needle, circular needles, and you go through from the front to the back on a hole. Then you grab your yarn and you make a tail, a loop, and you go over, and then I like to get a bit of tension on that to pull it through. So that would be your picking up your first stitch. You go in from the front, then you loop it over, and then you bring it through, and that's your first stitch. Then you let go of your tail, and grab just your yarn, and you hold it like you were knitting, and then you keep looking for the holes. So that's 1, 2, we go into the next one, and then we skip the third hole. So skip that hole there, and we go into the fourth. So 1, 2, 3. And we do this in lots of 3. So once you've done 1, 2, 3, you start again at 1, and you go 1, 2, skip 1, 1, 2, skip 3 is kind of the pattern here. 1, 2, skip that 1, 3, 1, see, I've got that next hole, 1, 2, skip 1, skip that 1, and then 3. And you just continue this all the way around until you get back to, and ideally when you get back to here you will have an even number of stitches so that you can do a rib. It's actually no big deal if you have an odd number of stitches. You'll end up with 2 knit stitches down the bottom, which you can then knit together if you would like, or you could just have them as 2 knit stitches. If you'd like to knit them together, you just knit 2 together, and that will recreate the rib pattern, which is knit 1, purl 1. But if you don't want to knit them together, that's also cool. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's no problem. If you have an uneven number of stitches that you've picked up, just make sure the knit to knit, which is probably what it will be, is down the bottom, because you won't really see it, and make sure you're knitting the knits and purling the purls on your subsequent round, which hopefully by now, if you've got up to here, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to come back to you when I've gone all the way around to show you how to join in the round.